What's going on, guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm doing a little bit more of another tutorial-y type, maybe. Basically what I want to show for this one is I want to try and show whip shading and using a mag. And for this one I've got this very quick dagger design I drew up to throw on it, because trying to have a little bit more of a traditional feel, and because when I think of whip shading, most of what I think of is traditional style tattooing, and so hopefully it'll turn out well. But otherwise, what I'm using for this piece is going to be my standards mostly. It's going to be an 18 round liner and a 3 round liner from Easy Tattoo for the lining, and then for shading I am using a 23 curved mag and a 13 curved mag from Easy Tattoo as well, running them on my usual CNC WE, running probably between 7 to 5 volts. As you know, what I'm going to start with is doing the general outline around everything, and including the heart on the inside as well with the 18, before going in with the 3 to get all these smaller lines. Alright, now that I got all the lining done, what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with the shading right underneath this heart spot, going down along the blade. And the way that I'm going to be doing this is, as I was saying with whip shading, if I can get a good angle on it, I'm going to start, you start at the darkest line next to you, and slowly draw it out until you get your desired shade of shade. And for stuff like this, for whip shading, I like using a mixture of half black and half water. I don't like using straight black because I feel that when you are whip shading with straight black, there's a higher chance of you just getting too dark too quickly and kind of, in my opinion, ruining a piece by like making it too dark where it shouldn't be dark. So I like using a half tone so that you can really build up that darkness. For these tire spots, I do like to get a smaller one so that it is like a smaller needle grouping, so that it does fit a little bit easier and makes it a bit easier to gauge how much I'm using, rather than on the other one, if I want to get in a tighter little area, I kind of have to turn it up on its corner and try and get it that way. Alright, I think I am basically done. There's maybe a couple spots to like touch up a little bit on, but apart from that, I think it's mostly finished. I mean, as I learned it, it seems that whip shading, if you're trying to learn shading, whip shading is probably the simplest to learn. When it comes to learning with a mag, apart from that, like if you're trying to learn with, say, like a liner, then obviously doing some stipple shading or just dot work would probably be easier and less stressful on skin. But if you're trying to move on to using, say, a mag, then doing whip shading is probably the best way to start learning. And it mostly, I wouldn't say like 100%, but it does like help to combat overworking the skin if you're gonna be trying it on like real skin. But I would suggest practicing on fake skin before you touch real skin, and like basically apart from just learning online, the best way I would say to do it is just like obviously apprenticeship, but the best way if you're practicing by yourself and stuff is just to experiment with your stuff, like do little practices, just whip out, see how slow you can take your whips, and if you go too slow, is it gonna damage skin and stuff like that. But I think like that is probably one of the best ways to learn, is just experiment on fake skin. Do not experiment on real skin though. Fake skin is where you do your experimenting. But apart from that, I believe this is done, and if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe, and hopefully you learned a little bit of something. I didn't do too much teaching in this one. I just gave the simple like explanation as to how to whip shade, which is just whip it out from a certain point, from a starting point, and then move it along the way, and basically slowly do it, put your needles into the skin, and then as you're pulling and whipping, just gradually pull your needles out to make it come out at a higher angle, so that it isn't all just the exact same color grade, and it like does go into a lighter shade as you are whipping. So, well, I think I already said it. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and if you have any suggestions or any questions, please leave those in the comments, and I'll try to respond to them, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.